Hi guys, welcome to another episode on Brainfield. Have you ever considered what relationships you might want to go into? Do you want to get married? Or perhaps you and your partner already decided to remain in a committed relationship without getting married for the rest of your lives. This is a decision that, most times, people have to sit and ponder on. Well, you've stumbled, or maybe not, upon the episode that would give you an insight on whichever of this your mind is resolved on. Today, we take you through the pros and cons of getting married or staying in a committed relationship. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the post notification icon to get more videos like this. Why should one get married? When we fall in love, we tend to go into it head first without thinking about the partner's view on some crucial issues. So the first question you need to ask yourself and your partner is, what is the goal of our relationship? Sit down and have deep conversations. And because you cannot know how to make decisions without having the proper knowledge, let's talk about what marriage is, take a short history on why marriage is a thing now, and give you 15 likely reasons why you might want to get married. What is marriage? Marriage is a union between two people, a registered and legal institution by legal standards. It is a show of being committed or dedicated to the exact cause and has different criteria by religions, cultures, and society. Despite its peculiarities, it is recognized as something that brings all cultures together. Amongst many reasons why you should think about marriage as a possibility in your relationship, these are the best ones we got on. Number 1. 3 primary reasons to get married. The symbolic show of love and trust. One of the best reasons to get married is to show the symbolism of love and trust. You can have a ceremony, whether religious or secular, to make strong declarations such as, "All that I am I give to you, and all that I have I share with you. I choose to live the rest of my life for you. From here on, we are one and alike." Does this mean you cannot be in a committed relationship and have these declarations? No. However, telling people and shouting it out in front of the world officially that you are one with a person is the essence of having a marriage. Religious beliefs and values. If religion is vital to your and your partner's lives, you might inevitably want to get married. Many religions across the world prioritize marriage over a committed relationship. There must be a public show that you and your partner are now officially together. This reason may be downplayed by people who are not religious, but if you believe that the love of two people should be recognized in marriage, it is an excellent reason. A sense of finality. Now wait, people that get married might sometimes have to divorce. Divorce in itself is not the aim of a marriage. When people come together and get married, it is the firm belief that the bond between the two parties is permanent. This sense of finality is an excellent reason to choose marriage over a committed relationship. Number 2. Other reasons to get married. Commitment. How exactly does being committed differ from a sense of finality? Your individual decision to get married should be based on how you feel about the relationship. In the same way, your partner's decision should be based on how they think about the relationship. You have to trust that they feel confident in your relationship, but you must be responsible for your commitment to them and the relationship. Tradition. Your decision to get married may be based on tradition. You might have seen your parents and grandparents stay together for years committed, and you want some of this for yourself. There is nothing wrong with this. However, your partner is not from the same background, so you must be assertive in your talks about where your relationship is headed. Sets a foundation for a family. Of course, some married families get broken, so you must know that a happy and stable family does not depend on the parents being married. If you and your partner have made the ultimate decision of togetherness, it may bring confidence into a decision to have a child. Security in case of death. No one ever wants bad things such as deaths, accidents, and other things. However, these things happen, and though there are differences in the law that govern various places, one thing is sure: there has to be legal recognition between you and a person in a relationship before the law can recognize you as a family. For instance, if a person is injured, the hospital will likely only call close relatives to enter the ward with the patient. Health insurance. In countries such as the United States, where universal health care does not exist, marriage can give one partner access to the insurance of their husband or wife. This might not be a significant factor for some. It may play an essential role in the decision for some couples to choose marriage over a committed relationship. Before the wedding, check the policy thoroughly to ensure that it covers you both once married. Leave no room for speculations. Visitation rights and child support. This is not a good reason to get married because it assumes the risk of separation and divorce. However, for security, it might contribute to an excuse to get married. After all, you don't want to be left looking after a child, unable to work, and yet not entitled to the whole level of child support from the child's other parent. You will also be guaranteed the right to see your child regularly, even if you are not the primary caregiver. Can you have a committed relationship without getting married? You might have asked yourself this question for years since you wanted to enter a relationship. Is it worth it to marry? Can't I stay in a committed relationship? There are several reasons you can choose to settle for a committed relationship sans marriage. They are: number 1, you can allow your relationship to grow naturally. There is always a tension surrounding knowing that the relationships you enter are headed towards a final goal, marriage. There are different things that society, based on where you reside, has put a mark on that one has to achieve. Many then feel the need to accomplish these milestones at certain ages or think they are failures. These milestones include having your dream car, having kids, and getting married. When the focus is taken from that level of, I need to get married at this age, you will get relieved to settle into your relationships, knowing that you and your partner can both take time to know yourselves. Number 2, you can allow commitment without pressure and prioritize your finances. Weddings are expensive. You know this. Everyone dreams up fairy tale-like weddings which take a considerable chunk of your money. Even when you are not planning a fairy tale wedding, it is still an event that you can make do with avoiding to cut necessary expenses. Your savings over the years could undoubtedly go into something else. This is only if you do not fancy a wedding though. The decision is entirely up to you and your partner. Number 3, you can dictate the rules of your relationship. Sure, every relationship has its shining and dulling moments, and there are moments when you feel like you are drifting apart and growing closer. These are times when you can dictate your rules rather than base them on legal implications and the potential for divorce. Rather than have an extravagant wedding, you can choose to have a commitment ceremony where you and your partner exchange vows. The exact question on your mind now is, what is a commitment ceremony? It is a ceremony where a couple expresses their commitment to each other without necessarily getting married from a legal standpoint. The ceremonious affirmation of your commitment to each other in front of friends and well-wishers. With these ceremonies, you won't be legally married. No marriage license is required. All you need to bring to the ceremony is your heart, vow, and a total dedication to your partner. Also, anyone can perform your ceremony. Since it is not legally binding, you benefit from having anyone perform it or no one at all. Just you and your partner exchanging a vow. Why shouldn't one settle for a committed relationship? The reasons why you should never settle for only having a committed relationship are some of the reasons already talked about in the reason for marriage. For one, legally, you will only be recognized as a relative when a legal document or title binds you and your partner. If there were ever a case for a need for a next of kin, you wouldn't be looked at. There are other detailed reasons why cohabitation only is not ideal, and they are: number 1, there is always uncertainty. Now, don't get things wrong, on every level, all relationships have uncertainty, but imagine on what level not getting married would be. Marriage, to an extent, prevents you from making rash decisions because of the legality and arduous tasks of making it no longer binding. Cohabitation doesn't bring that. Though you shouldn't stay in a relationship when you no longer need to, you can still work things out if you are married. Number 2, it doesn't change the trauma of separation. Being in a committed relationship offers a chance to move from one relationship to another without all that required legal stuff. However, it doesn't take away the trauma you will likely face after a separation. There are always reasons to leave a committed relationship. Number 3, it sometimes has limited value. Having children in a committed relationship changes the ballgame entirely. During a breakup, the court, rather than using the legal standings of marriage, always favors what it perceives as the child's best interest. Also, you must confirm the child's paternity before standing before the court. The debate on which is better between staying in a marriage or a committed relationship can continue. But here is the catch: it is not a one-shoe-fits-all proposition. You always have to pick which works better for you. Analyze your relationship and decide which would work best for you. With this, we end our episode on marriage or committed relationships. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful or interesting. Also, share it with persons who would find this video helpful in deciding what steps to take. Till the next time, we will bring you another video.